what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are here at the Detroit Auto Show. Of course, trucks are big and bad here in the United States, and guess what? GMC is bringing some badness to the Canyon. This is it. This is your totally redesigned, but not just redesigned, this is also an all-new trim, but I'll get into that. This is a 2023 GMC Canyon AT4X first edition. So this really is where they're going with their extreme off-road capability in their mid-size truck. But before we jump into this, let's talk about what's going on here. GMC, General Motors Truck Company, for so many decades, that's been the go-to for people who need that dependable, reliable, versatile truck. Well, guess what? Over the years, trucks have changed, and so has what people have wanted from the industry. GMC, though, is ready to raise the bar with this Canyon. So originally, once upon a time, you didn't have mid-size trucks. You had compact and you had full-size. Well, guess what? The compact trucks kind of grew, and that's where we have mid-size trucks. This truck, obviously, part of the sister brand, the Chevrolet Colorado, but now with a redesign, new technology, and this AT4X trim. So what I want to find out is, has GMC perfected the mid-size off-road truck with this vehicle? Let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out. Right off the bat, total redesign across the whole lineup. So not only are you gonna see a lot of those features on this AT4X, but you're also gonna find it on the other trims as well. Starting at the front of the business, new look, new face, and it is sharp. LED daytime running lamps up top. You work your way down, you have your LED projector beam headlight. I love the way they took the daytime running lamp and then just dripped it right into this lower housing area. This red color sparkles like a ruby in the show floor here, and then also just the little touches. This being that supreme off-road machine, you got over 10 inches of ground clearance. I love the way they just carve out that bumper just to give you that extra room as you're navigating both off-road and on-road. And then of course, coming across the front, you're gonna notice some unique features. Lurking kind of behind this massive bash bar is gonna be that General Motors GMC badging that we're all used to. One thing we're not used to is this bash bar. This is part of the AT4X, that extreme off-road machine, all stamped steel to take that beating. We got the massive LED light bar, and if you notice, look at this smart winch system down here. Really allows you to be able to pull those lesser trucks out of the mud. With the LED lights built in, of course you're gonna have skid plate protection all the way back, and I could actually, you hear that? That's not plastic. That's actually full metal protection all the way back, over 10 inches of ground clearance, and over 36 inches of approach angle, even with this sucker on there. Now, as we rise up, you got your forward-facing camera that's kind of hidden a little bit right there. I love the way they did these aluminum accents on the grille. Everything else is flat black, and then the hood. Very unique design, and that's one of the things. If you look at a Canyon and you look at a Colorado, you may think they're the same. They are not. This hood, very unique in its shape. Love the way it comes to a point, and then you have the coves on both sides. As we come around, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. Check out these bead lock wheels. So this is your supreme off-road machine. Bead lock all the way around. Nice style to the wheel. 17-inch wheel, gloss black in the center with that GMC badging. Of course, we're gonna have those Goodyear Wrangler off-road tires with the full protection for the sidewalls to take that beating. You're looking on a tire that's 285 on the width, 70 series sidewall, and of course you're gonna have plenty of room for wheel travel as you're doing your rock crawling or maybe some open desert running. Here's some other touches. Our fender flare. Look at the way in the lighting, it actually says GMC. I like the way they kind of just drop that in there, super clean with GMC on the lighting. You're gonna have gloss black on the mirrors. We have cameras all over this thing. Circuit City didn't even have as many cameras for sale as this truck has all around it. So you're gonna be able to keep a bird's eye view of exactly what's going on underneath and around the truck. But you have your 360-degree cameras conveniently placed on those mirrors. And then if you drop down, one of the best badges in the auto industry, AT4X. The AT4 has already been around. X is taking it to another level. Speaking of level, you're gonna need the required rock sliders to protect the frame as you're doing your rock crawling. We got color match on the door handles. I like the way that they went with this dark finish on the trim. Not too much gloss black on the side, which is great. And then working our way towards the rear, you're gonna notice that multi-matic dual spool valve technology. Those suspension bits are big money. And I know a lot of people think about Fox Racing suspension. Multi-matic, they've been doing suspensions not only in race cars, but also in off-road applications. They're based in Canada, and they even build, believe it or not, the Ford GT for Ford. But that suspension is gonna give you the perfect amount of compression and rebound dampening, whether you're on pavement or you're going off-road. But really love how high the back sides of the bed are, especially for that usability. And then coming around to the rear, what do we got going on with this new Canyon? First of all, of course, new tailgate with the GMC badge, the Canyon badge, the AT4X looking really sleek, the new taillights, LED. And that's another thing. When you're looking at General Motors trucks, GMC, it's got that nice angular curve to it, really clean. And then working all the way down, you'll notice that you're still gonna get your full towing capability, and you got your spare mounted underneath the back of this beast. Full towing capability. And then of course, this being an edition 1, this comes exactly the way you see it. Nice soft release. Here's something that we showed you on the Colorado. First of all, you're gonna be able to get your bed liner, nice high sides. We got our power on the passenger side here, full power hookup. Look at all the tie down locations that we have. And then watch this, this is one of my favorite. You have lockable storage that's actually underneath this. So you could actually adjust this pivot, and then you're gonna have storage that is underneath the back tailgate area of this truck here. Not only for measurement, but also for other types of things. And that's gonna be that storage capability with this truck. And there it is, I finally did it, got it open, lockable storage, nicely done. Really smart engineering. I mean, who would have thought of that? But I figured it out. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the interior and see what big things this mid-sized truck is bringing to the table. All right, guys, obviously we're here at the Detroit Auto Show. This is a pre-production. They're allowing us to show interior. They just don't want a bunch of people jumping in and out of this truck. But we're happy with what we can get with this new vehicle. Now, I know you're probably saying to yourself, well, Joe, I can't wait to see this truck in person. It looks like one bad mamma jamma. Well, guess what? Wait until you see the interior to the door panels. Absolutely stunning what GMC has done with their color palette. No longer is it just a blank black door panel. I love what they've done with the materials up top. You have this nice kind of like satin gloss trim that curves down. The stitching, especially the red stitching, really pops nicely, and just a little bit of that off-white makes the door panel come alive. You do have a perfect slot here for an off-road Twinkie, and you got a bottle of milk holder there for a big old tall glass of chocolate milk. Going to the dash, absolutely just drawn to it like a moth to a flame. I love the aluminum finish. That anodized red color really sticks out in a very good way, the stitching, and then of course that massive new infotainment system. Gone is the older 8-inch system. Now what we're working with is an 11.3-inch infotainment system. You got the digital gauge cluster, and you got a head-up display in this AT4X. And of course, we're also talking about that major lift. Now, when it comes to engines, it's gonna be a 2.7 liter turbo inline 4, 310 horsepower, 430 pound-feet of torque. There's also gonna be other power ratings for different trims. And then towing, you're looking at around 7,700 pounds worth of towing in your Canyon. Now, when you're looking at the materials, lots of storage places. I love the way they have the shifter with the nice red stitching. You got your mode selector knob there with that anodized red. And then check out the seats. Really love the way they brought the AT4X embroidery, the two-tone material, the red stitching, and of course, full power assist for the passenger and the driver. And we have the required red seat belt. That's worth an additional extra 5 horsepower in my book. But you know what? It's not just about what's up front for the passenger. let's go to the business end and check out what's behind the wheel in this AT4X. I got business time in this truck. We are going to get in because we're losing our minds here at the Detroit Auto Show. I'm gonna move out of the way. You have 2 memory seat settings for the driver, which is nice. You could let somebody borrow your AT4X if you're crazy enough to. I do like the seat controls, easy to get to. You got the all-weather floor mats, which gives you that AT4X badge. That's another 5 horsepower. But look at the seats, the stitching. I can't wait to get behind the wheel and go on throttle. But really, you see the element of design. Steering wheel, red stitching, nice trim, the GMC badge, and you got that 11-inch digital display lurking behind, and the head-up display. But I promise you, very soon we will be getting behind the wheel of this vehicle. But why don't we go ahead, we got one more to go. If you're ready, let's go ahead and get into the back seat and see how much room there is for your passengers in this new Canyon. All right, guys, back seat time. Obviously, what's great about this truck, you got the 4 doors, which means you get to share the enjoyment with your friends as you're going crazy off-roading. The great news is all of those awesome materials gets carried into the rear. If you notice the backs of the seats, you have pockets on both sides, so you could definitely have all of the goods that they need, like a 3-pound bag of Twizzlers, and you have 2 AC vents, 2 USB ports in that back center console area, and then of course you're gonna have that center armrest and the great red seat belt style at the back end. That's gonna give you 5 extra horsepower. But you know what? Let me know what you think. First of all, I gotta definitely thank everybody at GMC for allowing us access to this vehicle here at the Detroit Auto Show. Let me know what you think. Has GMC done enough with this new Canyon? Are they bringing the business, especially if you're going to that supreme lean off-roading machine level with the AT4X? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. Definitely got to thank Lori, working that camera like a champ, no matter what the heck is going on here. She's doing the business. Show her some love in that comment section. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.